Well, hello YouTube. The tide is a little lower than we're used to. I'd say the dock is listing slightly. The tide is low, but according to this, on its way down still. I told you it was going to get like this. There's a lot to see when the tide is low. Barnacles. I didn't have a plan for this video. I'm just showing you things now. All right, let's go inside and see what's going on at North Coast Pinball. Welcome everyone to North Coast Pinball, where I am now wet. That's fine. The 3D printer is behaving well, and it is now possible to play Space Station. So let's do that. A little something like that. Yeah, I'm all wet now. That's fine. We're gonna play 2 times. And then I'll tell you what I learned and how I fixed it and whose help I had. But right now, let's just play some pinball.
We have ignition.
This game is like that sometimes. What are we trying to do in the space station? We're trying to dock 2 balls. Both up the ramp. You got to get that drop target down, and then you want to come up and go through the space station. Depending on where the space station is, you're going to come up and through there and in there, and then the space station turns, and then you want to go up there, and it'll go back around and in there, and then you got to hit release, which would be there and there. And when you hit release, the game goes docking complete. And then another voice, who I'm pretty sure, but I'm not positive, that Steve Ritchie says, "Negative, you must redock." And that's the sort of the drama moment of the game. You hear condition green. And condition green is amazing in this game because all of the general illumination changes from white to green, which is super cool. And during multi-ball, the goal is to redock all the balls. And the game very cleverly lets you know that by saying, "Redock now." It says that a lot. So let's see if we can make that work, even though we've lost our first ball very quickly.
Stage doors are open.
You got to hit that ramp perfect. What I've been wanting to say along this run is that ball control is a possibility. You can see that I'm doing a good job controlling the ball. And I'm trying really hard not to say that, because once you say, oh, this is going great, that's when things go less than great. I seem to have a problem with my aim. Okay.
Liberty Dock. Defender Dock.
Okay, so now the release lights are lit, and I hit those to start multi-ball. Force a habit. That's clever though. I think that's very clever. The way it sees the ball coming in, it knows there's already a ball there, can't accommodate another one, so it kicks it out. All right. Oh, not quite. I have said on the apron card and elsewhere that this music, I think, is the best pinball music in the world that was not written by Chris Granner.
Redock now.
Condition green. Condition green.
Redock now.
Condition green.
Redock now.
Roger, Liberty.
Redock
Aren't there supposed to be 3 balls?
Roger,
Where's the third?
do you copy?
Redock now.
Not sure.
Condition
Redock now.
green. Condition green.
Well, there's...
Mission accomplished.
Oh, I locked one immediately. Well, that's cool. Let's keep going.
You're back on course.
I mean, dig this music.
Mission accomplished.
Did it again. Whoa.
Mission accomplished.
This game's too easy. Aww. Other things that you can accomplish are completing the words shuttle and station. Every now and then when I hit this stand-up target here, it changes what's available. So right now, 75,000 award for shuttle, which is not that great. 50,000 award for station, also not that great. So sometimes when you hit this, the reward will be something like an extra ball or a special, and then you want to try not to hit that anymore and then complete those letters. Where'd we land? 75,000. I got whatever it was, but I don't know what it was. Oh yeah, nothing. Okay. Special is lit on shuttle. Special is usually a free game. I'm making a lot of progress on these. Close. Oh. I'm close. All I need is that H, I think. That was a special that I achieved by completing shuttle. Okay, let's look at the status report and see what the high scores are. Which isn't always the smartest thing to do. Oh, these are factory scores. So I'm not even at high score level 4. I got to get to 3 million for that. Just have some fun and play the game. I mean, I've already done what I want to do, so just have fun with the game. There's one ball left. That gets me on the board. Oh, and there's a bonus ball. That's something that's somewhat unique to Space Station. We have 45 seconds to just flail away and do whatever we want. Drain, not drain, doesn't matter. That'd be good if I could hit that ramp. Stop and score, I don't quite know what that is, but it'd be good to hit it, whatever it is.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Now when a game starts counting down at you, ignore it. It's just trying to freak you out. Well, that was fun.
1.
Oh. I mean, it gave me the ball back with 3 seconds left. And here's the victory music. Take it in. 1987. I tell you what, that game has some good sound, and that game has some really nice music and some delightful light shows, and that's a good game. How did I fix it? Well, you saw the symptom was that it would run for a while, and then it would go dark. And when it went dark, we saw that the 5-volt light was on, the diagnostic light was out, and the blanking light was out. We want diagnostic blinking and we want blanking to be lit, and that wasn't the case. And I went ahead and I posted a query to 27,000 of my best friends in pinball. And one of the people who responded was Dylan Ramey, who is well known as a guy who is really good at board issues, electronics. And another guy who responded was Chris Hibbler, who, as far as I'm concerned, is the most knowledgeable person living when it comes to these boards and how to keep them running and how to fix them. And I got responses to both of them, and I'm really grateful for that. Chris Hibbler has a YouTube channel that you should check out, and it's right there. Here?
Roger, you're looking to take a copy.
Anyway, there was some suggestions about maybe the reset section of the board, and I'll show you a schematic of what that looks like. And C30 in particular, C30 tends to go bad, and when C30 goes bad, the reset section of the board freaks out. And so I did replace C30. Didn't help, but it was a good idea. There was some other feedback suggesting maybe there's a RAM issue or even the ROMs, and that turned out to be the thing. And what I did, just picture that there's no backglass here. I just put my finger, the back of my finger, resting gently on all of the chips, feeling them to see if any of them are hot. And lo and behold, one of them was. And so I pulled that chip out, got a new chip. It's an EEPROM, erasable, programmable, read-only memory, EEPROM. And I have some of those. And so I made a new one for that position. I downloaded the software, which you can get off of IPDB, and put it on the chip, and I put the chip in the board, and it worked. There was a thing that happened to this about a year ago, and I say it happened to this because it was me that did it. I did something really dumb as I was diagnosing this game, and I blew up some RAM. And it took me weeks and weeks and weeks to solve that problem, and I won't even tell that story here. But in the process, I blew up some RAM chips, which I had to replace in this game. My theory is that I did some damage to one of the ROM chips as well, never replaced that ROM chip. That ROM chip finally gave. And my theory is that it would warm up, and it would be okay for a little while, and then it would overheat, and that ROM would quit working, and the game would crash. And I even went so far as to put an oscilloscope on different pins on the CPU to see if it was pulsing and talking to the different chips, and it was. Anyway, Space Station's working. The plan last week was to move Mandalorian there. Good night, Space Station. And so there's Mandalorian. People are enjoying Mandalorian. I have a kind of a lousy attitude about it, but it's a good game and people like it. Moving Funhouse over here. One of the slingshots was broken in Funhouse, so I fixed that. And then a slingshot broke in Theater of Magic. Theater of Magic feels like it's just chronically breaking. It may seem that way to you if you're coming in a lot. It's just there's a lot that can break. You see this? This is a link. So we've got a coil here, and we've got a plunger on a spring that attaches to this plastic link. And this piece of plastic broke, and I'm all out of those. So I've ordered a bunch more, and when they arrive, I'll fix Theater of Magic. I cleaned Star Wars. I had a busy weekend. I mentioned that Memorial Day weekend was coming up. As I make this, that was yesterday. And so I had a big crowd, but during moments of calm, I went ahead and cleaned Star Wars. If you go a few videos back, you can see how dirty Star Wars was. So Star Wars is clean again. I don't think I have much else to tell you about, except that you should like and subscribe and share and visit northcoastpinball.com and check out Fool's Boxes and merch and stickers. Oh, I have new stickers. There's a new merch thing happening, which is that I made this super cool image of a token box. Okay, now I'm in tidbit territory. I traced this from a photo. I took a photo of a token box standing up, and then I traced it on my iPad using my Apple Pencil. And then I did some clever stuff. I took all of the little secret messages that appear on the bottom of our token boxes, the most recent being slow down, and I made them as lines to indicate the contours of that side. Anyway, that's going to show up on a t-shirt pretty soon. And finishing tidbit, a new flag has arrived because Pride Month is here. Can I make this go here? Yeah, I can. Pride Month starts in a day or two. And so the Pride flag that I've been flying for the last year, maybe 2 years, is starting to get a little bit tattered. And so we have a new one. And it's an updated design. This is it's a progress Pride flag that builds upon the design of the original Progress Pride flag, but this one has a yellow chevron here and a purple circle. And the yellow chevron is there to acknowledge folks who don't belong to the pink-blue dichotomy of gender. And so it's there for the intersex folks and their representation. And one description of this circle that appears at the center here is that there's sort of an ongoing struggle for equality. And it may mean other things as well. But in the comments or in the description, I will post a link from a blog that came from the Smithsonian Institution. One of the museums in the Smithsonian Institution flew this flag not too long ago. And now I do too. So happy Pride, everybody. Coming up on June in a few days. You'll see that. And I think that's about all I have to say. I want to find my keys so that I can let myself out the front door and do my outro. If you're enjoying these videos, make yourself known to me, please. Thank you for watching. Tell me if you enjoyed the fact that this has all been one solid, uninterrupted 25-minute take. That's just how good I am, and it's just how hard I'm working for you. Hey, buddy. Careful out there. All right. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever you're working on, that it goes well for you. I hope you're taking care of yourself, giving yourself grace and being nice to yourself and giving yourself a chance to catch up when things are going rough. And I said thank you already, but I'm saying thank you again, and goodbye, YouTube.